Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to ya. Happy Sunday to ya. Happy Sunday. Oh my goodness. It is Sunday. It's September. Is this the last? No, next week is the last Sunday of September. This month has flown by. So, what is this? My week 83 update. So, I'm going to talk about my weight loss, the whole menopause of it all, and unexpected side effects. So that is what I'm talking about today. And I'm going to start off, I say my weight loss for, kind of last. So you guys, if you want to make a prediction, if you think I lost or gained this weight, but maybe you want to gain this week, but maybe you want to wait until I'm done talking. I don't know if you want to be bold and predict before I even start. So I don't have a lot of time on Sundays. My daughter, she was in gymnastics on a Sunday. Then we switched her day, and now we had to switch it back because it just didn't work out in my schedule. So I don't have long. So I'm just going to really quick give you an update. And I'm going to start with the unexpected side effects that I'm noticing on my 83 week. And I don't know if this side effect is something I experienced early on or not, but I know I'm really noticing it now. And it is, and I've talked about this on my Friday Night Live, is the body image of it all. Thinking I'm much bigger than I am. So, and I'm not a person that's big on taking pictures of my whole body. I'm more into the selfie of it all. I could take a good selfie. And so it's so funny. I have my kids taking selfies, my students, and I let them have my phone and they took a selfie. And it was just so funny how, some people get on there and they're just kind of like, I like to demonstrate. They get on there and they're kind of like, and then you got some of the I call them the divalicious girls in there, and some boys too, and they go like, I guess that's a thing for the kids to do, like pucker your lips out. They're like, and so some of these pictures are super fabulous because they went all out right on these selfies. I'm like, yeah, they're used to doing those selfies. So I'll take a good selfie, but I am not into the whole body shot. So my daughter is my photographer. And, I had her taking pictures of me in this athletic wear I was wearing. And I had her take a million pictures, I felt like, because I was trying to get like the right angle, the right, shot to it. But I'm just not good. But I think I had so many different clothes I was trying on and all of them fit. Then I look at them and I think that's not still going to fit me. And they do fit. And I also don't know at this point I don't think I have body dysmorphia because I'm not in there looking at like my arms and my boobs and my nose and, how this is looking versus that. I'm not to that degree, and I'm not obsessed over it because we learned on Friday. If you didn't, come on Friday to the live, watch the replay. It was a good one. We talked about the whole body image of it all. And I think, when you're on this journey, you see yourself slimming down or you see the pounds. I don't say you see yourself slimming down. You see the pounds coming down. And then when people aren't telling you look slimmer, then it just kind of makes you second guess yourself like, am I losing weight or not? And I remember making this video and I remember Jen F coming in there and telling me that she had lost, I want to say she said she had lost 60 pounds before anybody told her that give her a compliment or even brought up her weight. And I was at that point 30 pounds down and I could see it in my face because I'm looking at myself every day, but I didn't see it in my body. So I thought, well, maybe that's why they don't see it in my body. And then what happens is you start to realize, but geez, I could fit in this seat. Geez, I could cross my legs. Geez, oh man, I could do all these things that I wasn't doing before. And so I'm feeling that, but I'm also still feeling like I'm big, like huge, not just big, because I am bigger still, but huge. And so this like that mindset shift has not totally happened yet. And just when I thought I was there, I'll find something in my closet and I'm like, there's no way I could fit into this. And I can fit into it. I'm like, what am I thinking? So I am just still discovering that that's a side effect talks to you really about in depth. Some people have hit on it, I see, but it's not like a side effect like, being nauseous and having constipation and those sort of things, like the physical parts of it. The mental part of weight loss is huge. It's huge, especially if you've been a really big person, because, when you're, a bigger size, just people look at you even different too. And you could experience this at all different weights, but I just know being over 300 pounds from somebody who was, I could have walked in and they might have played She's a Brick, dun, 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 house, dun, dun, dun. I went from that in my younger years to having people feeling like people were looking at me like, geez, how does she do that to herself? Type of feeling. But I still came in there confident. If I'm going to go out, I'm going to own it and be confident. And so I would come in there like I own the joint, and I'm thinking to myself like, geez, oh man, I can't wait till this is over. But because I knew, that I was different from, when I was smaller. So, I have that whole dynamic going on, but I just, I'm just loving the skin I'm in, but I want it to be even less and less, but tighten up, don't loosen the skin I'm in. So I'm going to tell you, that's my unexpected side effect. My other one is which ties along into this menopause. So if you don't know, I thought I was going to find out I'm in menopause, but I guess when you go through the year without your cycle, you're technically menopause. Now, postmenopausal, right? So I'm postmenopausal, and I'm going to tell you this. My daughter doesn't even know this, but so I have I've had brain fog. Now, I would say, I like to say I'm one smart cookie for the most part, right? And it's hard to get things over on me. I catch things. I don't always say things. I catch things, and so I don't always say things. So I'm sharp, and I take pride in that, right? Because I'm 53. But I started to notice I'm forgetting this, forgetting that. And then I said to myself, I want to be like up to date with the young folks. So I'm going to start putting things in my phone. Big mistake, Dee Dee. Big mistake. I started missing events. My old school that, my school I'm at now, we used to be a school before that for 15 years. That's where I was first hired, and we merged to one big school. So all the people at the school that was, from 15, that was at for 15 years, a lot of those ladies have retired. Our school was so close. We were like a little engine that could family, and we still meet up to this day. And so for the last couple of years, I've just been so entwined with my daughter and all her things and trying to make sure she was fine. Our school starts at the same time. It's just not a good year. So it's a time of the year for me to meet up with them. Well, then they kind of changed it. So it made it earlier so that the teachers could be there, because it kind of coincided when we started back at school. So I'm planning on coming. I'm talking to the lady that, it's the hostess with the mostest. Everybody thinks I'm coming. And I forgot all about it. I just forgot about it. My phone did not alert me. I forgot all about it. I mean, the brain fog is real. And this is how serious it is. Like, I'm going to play this back for Nancy so she can know. Because she's thinking I'm coming. And people were saying, they were asking, where's Shay? Where's Shay? And, I'm just easy peasy. I could have went. I didn't know. I was just at home chilling. I didn't even think anything about it. So this is how bad it is with this whole brain fog. Is last Christmas, I take my daughter to musicals, museums. And last Christmas, they had something at the theater, and I was going to take her to. It was like a Christmas thing. Bought the tickets, and when I buy tickets, I sit up close, so you're paying a pretty penny. Do you know I forgot about it? I forgot about it. I totally forgot about it. I did not have it written down on my calendar. Yeah, you don't know that, but now you know. If you don't know, now you know. So I said, I should have told her. I was trying to have it as a surprise. Well, it was a surprise, all right, because she's just finding out about it right now. But that's how serious the brain fog was. They're just going to they were going to sing songs, Christmas songs. I think you were going to take a picture with Santa. It was going down. Now, we did do something anyway. Remember, we went to see Santa on the North Pole, so we still did other things. But you know what would really upset me about it all? Not so much that I forgot. Yeah, I did waste the money, but I thought I could have donated it to somebody who could have used it and went to it. I was thinking, heck, I could have given this to a kid, a family that was less fortunate, that couldn't afford to do anything like this. So that bummed me out more than anything, that it just was a wasted ticket. But that just goes to show you, if I don't have it written down, I'm probably not doing it. So I've gotten on my business and start writing things back down. And, just having it, the phone thing doesn't work for me because, like I said, I didn't even get the notification. And then on top of that, the phone is kind of small and compact. Like I need space and opportunity to write things down. So that menopause, a lot of that for me has been mental. I have hot flashes here and there. I might have one as we're talking right now, but I have one here and there, but it's not that I'm waking up drenched like I hear people do. And I know it's degrees, so mine must be at a lower degree. And I like straight hair. So if it was affecting my hair where I was waking up to, I think Tia was saying this in her video, shout out to Healthy Spirit Podcast. When you wake up and your hair is curled and you thought it was straight because you sweated so much, like I'm not really have not experienced that. It's just been really the fatigue of it all. It's been the brain fog of it all. And also I just have a lot going on. Like I do a lot. And so it's funny because my brain is always going and I just have to stay organized and write things out. That has got me off my game and I'm getting back on my game, right? I got to start writing things down. So that's been my biggest thing, but I'm postmenopausal. I cannot believe I'm postmenopausal. Can you believe that? I thought I was going to get something. I thought I was going to, get, I don't know what I thought. I thought I was going to go to the doctor and she was going to say, I'm still in menopause. I haven't quite made it there yet, but I'm postmenopausal. So I wasn't going to do this, but you want to sing my song? I'm postmenopausal. I'm postmenopausal. I'm postmenopausal. And how does it go? I forgot it. See, that's the menopause again. If you go and watch my video, what did I say? Okay, let's do it again. Okay, guys, here we go. I'm postmenopausal. I'm postmenopausal. I'm postmenopausal. I had to get that in. I'm postmenopausal. I'm postmenopausal. I'm postmenopausal. And
my mom is my best friend.
Yay! Oh, baby Dee Dee, I just love her. Yes, ma'am. Okay, out of here. Out of here. So it's funny. I was singing that song. I'm like, who is excited about being postmenopausal? Haven't you, one of the things I said was, I can't wait till I don't have a cycle ever again and don't have to worry about having a cycle. And so I'm at that point. So that's why I'm excited. If you guys think this lady is a fool, she's thinking about being happy. She's a postmenopausal, like not to have a cycle. I never thought I would see the day. I feel like, the clouds have burst open. And, it's just, I can't believe it. It's just easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So we will see. My update on my whole menopause thing, I will tell you, people have been commenting on my video too. I appreciate that. And I got some good advice from the lovely one. Now I'm going to tell you, I also, of course, I've been talking to the male to the B. She's the menopause expert. I call her my resident menopause expert. And I had been talking to Mel, about what was going on with my situation. But I also had this subscriber, and I'm going to read Lovely V. I don't know if she's in here, but I just thought I would share this because it may be helpful for someone else. Now, last night on that live, we were talking about I was giving an update on my situation, and Lorraine from the Downsizing, shout out to Lorraine. She mentioned in the live yesterday that Anchor Moments. Shout out to Anchor Moments. How are you, Miss Gina? They did say, she said, even how I was saying, like I went all year, and then I thought when I went to the bathroom, it was like a smidge of pinkish something going on, and I don't know. It could have been in my mind. Because, I was just so excited. And I thought, I'm going to be the one that gets to that last day and have a cycle. And I know 2 people that it happened to. So in my mind, I'm thinking that was it. But they said that you should absolutely see no blood of any kind after a year. Well, technically, it was on that day, that same day, not after a year. But I don't know. Do technicalities work? She said, I saw you said you saw it, and you should not talk yourself out of it. So I don't think I'm talking myself out of it. I'm telling you, I think I talked myself into it. But what I am going to do is I am in the process of switching doctors. And so I don't know if I'm in the process of switching doctor. I'm going to go see another doctor. So I don't even know about this, if the switch is the right word. Because I still, if you know me, I have to have closure with things for the most part. And so this doctor and my gyno, I will have a conversation with her. Hopefully, we've been playing phone tag since Thursday. She called about the reason, someone from her office, and I left a message. And then they said it'll take 24 hours. So I guess I won't count the weekend. So hopefully I'll talk to her Monday, if not Tuesday. And, and if not, we'll just have a conversation in my chart. And I like to document things, so that's even better if I need to. But, I just want to find out from her, like, what she was thinking. And if she thinks she could treat me moving forward. Now, does that mean I'm going to stick with her? I probably not. But, and I'll just tell her, I just want to be upfront and let her know. Then, we got to just move on. I loved you, but I got to go. But that's the kind of person I am. I'm just not going to walk off, especially if I really respected somebody and I thought that they had done me justice up to this point. So I feel like I should, say to her, let her know how I feel. And, and I just want her to know, also thinking about other women who are going to be in her care, like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And if you do decide to do that, tell them while they're sitting there so they can have a conversation with you about it. Because like I said, it's the good thing I didn't act a fool up in that doctor. It's just like, I could have. I was so heated. And then something just came over me. I think it was my mom, that little angel, tapping me on the shoulder and saying, Shay, calm down. And I've had to do that even on this YouTube journey. I've had to, when I saw somebody getting hyped up and I felt myself getting hyped up, I let them have it. And let them have it at that moment. And I had to bring myself down, because it's really not about them. It's like, you're not bringing me out of what I know, that I need to be doing. So I calmed down and, so I said all that to say, I am going to have a conversation with her. But one of the things people have been asking me, so I am looking for another doctor too. So I have two names that I was given. One of them is like, I guess everybody under the sun wants to get to this lady. So I may not be able to talk with this doctor until the summer, which, it's a long time. So in the meantime, in between time, I have another person. So I'm going to be contacting these ladies this week, these doctors, and see if I can get in there. And then I meet with my regular primary care doctor on next month, the end of next month. And when I meet with her, I'm going to request the blood work I didn't get. And if she doesn't want to give it to me, then somebody else was telling me, well, you could go to a lab. So one of the things, and I want to share with you, now I've gotten a lab work before at a lab that wasn't through my doctor, and I don't remember what it was. It was so long ago. But the beautiful Miss Lovely she says, if there's a place called Any Lab Test Now in your area, you could walk in and they could do any test without a doctor's prescription, but it's cash pay. The price is a lot more reasonable than going to your doctor and paying for the test results, because insurance doesn't cover it, and it's a lot less. And so I thought, so anybody who's interested in that, Any Lab Test Now, if they have it in your area, and I would just Google, lab tests, where they're doing lab tests. There are a lot of them around, that are, you could take a test. Some people need to take it for job requirements and all that, and you don't necessarily need to go to a doctor, to do that. So I know people, do that all the time. So that's just, shout out to you, Lovely L, for bringing that up. And I do plan to get checked out. So when I'm with this new doctor, instead, just in addition to blood work, I am going to request a pap smear. Now, my doctor was like, oh, you don't need it. She just had one. She kind of checked me out. She put her hands up in there and was feeling for something. I don't know. She did a breast exam. But, I'm all about, like, if I could, prevent something, I want to prevent it. So, I don't mind getting up in those pap smear, those stirrups, and being checked out. I did have a biopsy last year that turned out fine. So, and I requested that, because I just thought I was just having some unusual heavy bleeding, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't like some big old fibroids or anything. So, I've been trying to be on top of it, but it's just, you just never can be too cautious, I don't think, about what's going on with your body. So that is my plan. Jen F asked me if I took any medication from my gyno, and I did not. She offered me HRT even before I get my test back. And I said, no, I just wanted to wait and see. I don't want to piecemeal something together. I want to be with somebody who is going to educate me, who, is going to listen to what I have to say, and who's going to sit down and explain the journey moving forward, not just what's going on right now. I don't think the two doctors I have, one, because it's not her area at all. And the second one is she's just not up to date as knowledgeable as about what as knowledgeable as I want her to be for me. So, but we will have a conversation, though. That is definitely not. It might not be in person if she can't. Definitely will be through my chart, and just to find out what in the world was she thinking. So that is what I plan to do. Let's see. The last thing I want to talk about is there is a I don't know if Tommy is in here right now, but I was just scrolling on the internet. There she is, Simply Tommy Bites Live. I saw on her, on her video that her sister passed away. It was like a post. And so, Tommy, you got to go check your videos because I sent you something on those videos. I think, it just made me sad because I was thinking and I remember the one you were walking, you were saying your mom was sick too. And it just reminded me of, my dad passing, my 8-year-old niece and my mom all within a year and a half of each other. And so you are, you are God's child. So you're going to be fine. It's just, it's going to take some time. So I hope you're working through all that. But just was like, oh man. So anyway, I'm glad to see you in here. I hope you're doing well. Sending prayers and hugs to you. So let's get back to the weight loss of it all. So I'm going to tell you, and let me just say, I don't know, I said this on my live panel last night. My last cycle was August the 2nd, right? August the 2nd. So yeah, that is just, I might break out in my song again. Jeez, Louise. All right, so let's go to the weight loss of it all. Are you guys making a prediction? Do you think I lost, or do you think I gained? What do you think? Or maintain? I could have maintained. Maintain it. I'll take that too. What are you guys thinking? Oh, thank you, Taisha, reminding people to hit that like button. I'm going to go back up in the chat. I see some new folks that came in. I see, Michelle's Mira. How are you? She came in. We have Simply Tommy Bites Live came in. Losing It Grace came in. No, I already saw Nora, didn't I? I think I saw Nora. I remember that name. Okay, are you guys predicting? Let me keep track of this time here. Okay, all right. Baby Dee. Oh, she is a star, honey. She is on it. Okay, I'm gonna go back in the chat. Sharon, how are you? I'm gonna go back in the chat after I show my weight loss. Davina, how are you? How are you? Okay, let's see. Child of the 80s. I love that name. How are you? Okay, are you guys making it? Okay, so here we go to the prediction. Anchor Moments. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I just want to say really quick, Anchor Moments, she is so sweet. She's been trying to get me over there on her channel. I'm an interviewer, but I'm not an interviewee. The Downsize, they wrangled me up, and I just been other people asking me to interview. And I just am so I'm just not an interviewer. I mean, interview is an interviewee. Yeah, I like to interview people. So I am just that's just not my thing to do. So we have to think of something we can do together. But an interview is just not Downsizing Diva. And then I have told so many other people know that if I came on your channel, I'd be in big trouble. So I am so sorry, but yeah, we have to think of something we could do together. So I don't want you to think I'm putting you off at all. Well, one of these days I'm going to be past that stage. I'm going to be out here interviewing everywhere. But right now it's not my thing to do. Jeez Louise. But yeah, so if you like to be interviewed though, come on my channel. Any of you could come on my channel. I know people probably think at this point I just want big, content creators and all of that. That's not true, but I welcome anybody. It's just, you have to let me know that you're interested. So I would appreciate anybody. So you guys are saying, what are you saying? What are you saying? So people think I lost. Okay. Wait. I lost. Calamity Jane. She says I lost 0.9. Think I lost. I lost. 1.4 pounds. Oh my goodness. That's exactly how much I lost last week. Wouldn't that be something if I did a double back, right? Okay, I did see Gina. She says, from what you said last night, I hope it's a maintain. Yeah. Okay. So you were listening. Oh, Joe, you're on it. Hey, Anissa, how are you? Anissa, I'm calling you Anissa. I know a girl named Anissa. Okay, Bellflower is just taking it to the arrows. I love it. Okay, so let me show you. You think I had a loss of 0.4. Oh, you guys are so clever and so good. Mail to the B. Oh, you know what? I forgot to talk about this. I'm going to have to talk about this. Sorry, this would have helped you with your prediction probably, but that's okay. So I'm going to talk about this after I weigh in because it's just, the suspense of it all, right? Debbie, are you back from Hawaii? I don't know. Debbie, Pat's coming in hot with a 1.8. Well, geez Louise, let me tell you guys, I'm going to show you my weight and we're going to talk about it. Ta-da! Oh my goodness. I gained 0.4 pounds, 0.4 pounds. The only thing I can say is I'm glad it's not that 0.2 because I would have been annoyed. It's the 0.4. So yeah, and you know what? I don't know. I just gained the 0.4. I don't know how I gained the 0.4. I'm in my calorie deficit. I'm working out. Now one thing I didn't do is pick up my cardio. But if all things were equal to what I did last week, I should be down another 1 pound. So I don't know, and I even moved a little bit more this week. So I'm going to tell you guys, but let's give me some confetti, let's get some encouragement going here. So I'm going to tell you, let's focus on these non-scale victories and get off that scale. My non-scale victory is share my post-menopause results. I am so excited because I am not going to have a cycle. I'm not going to have a cycle. So that is exciting for me. And I feel like, you know what? Do you guys, now some people might not feel like this, but I'm going to tell you, for some reason, I feel like I gotta be big on the screen. I feel like more of a woman now that I've made it to postmenopausal because we've been through some things, right? We've been through some things. And people who've made it here, you might be watching me and think like I'm in my 30s. This lady is old. I'm 53. Well, honey, let me tell you, you could be going through menopause. I know somebody who went through complete menopause in her 30s. So you could be at any age. And that's why we want to educate people as young as possible to kind of get on this. Now, I'm somebody who is not like a big, obviously I didn't run and get the treatment, the patches and the gels and, the sprays and the whole, treatment of it all. I am conservative in my thinking in that way. So, but eventually I'm going to make it to the promised land. I just don't know when I'm going to make it. So we just got to hold on to these non-scale victories when that scale is not cooperating. And one of the things I wanted to say was, and Mel is my gentle nudger. My AP partner and I, we stopped working out together like back when my schedule just got so hectic at the end of the year. We just kind of never went back to it. But I've still been doing the strength training with Lift with C that her and I were doing. And then we would do like Taibo. And that, when Pilates came, I didn't do that as much because, when the summer came, I started doing the Pilates. So Mel said, she was like, I'll be your gentle nudger. And she does it so gently. I didn't think she could, but she does. One of the goals I set for myself last week is I said, I want to walk 3 times a week in the morning before school because I want to feel accomplished before I go to work. I'm going to tell you, that did not happen. What ended up happening was I ended up staying up late a couple of times working on a video, YouTube stuff. And then, I started that stock club. I was working on that. Then I had stuff from Sunday night for Monday for my, my teaching job, I had to do. So it just backed me up. I was backed up. And then I said, one of the things I've been saying is if I'm going to sacrifice anything, it's not going to be my sleep. So I've been taking my buns to bed, but I was in makeup mode. So what I did was I started doing exercises at school during the day at school. So I would exercise, with my kids, when they take a brain break, it's usually 5 to 8 minutes, sometimes 10 if it's a longer video. And I was in there moving and grooving it with those kids. And I do that. I have two groups that come in to see me. So, I have a group from 9 to 11, and then I have a group from 12 to 2 that I'm teaching math, social studies, and or science to. So we kind of do a switcheroo. So that's, if I did it every time, I could be up to 20 minutes with, so I could be up to 40 minutes, right? With the brain breaks if I do it. But, and I didn't do 40 minutes worth, but I was in there moving and grooving on those days. And then I've been also choosing to walk a farther distance to get in the building. Sometimes if I know I'm going to need something, I leave it on purpose, get to the door, walk myself back. That's a way for me to get up, get some extra movement in. So I did do that. So if all things are equal, it's just, you just never know what's kind of going on with the scale. I've been drinking my water. I haven't, one thing I have not done all week long is drink my electrolytes. I have not done that at all. I can't believe it because normally I am on it. So when I'm saying, I'm thinking it's the electrolytes, it's not that, because look, I held on to 0.4 pounds. So, and got that extra 0.4 pounds. So I don't know, but I do know I'm resetting that goal for myself to work out 3 times before the day starts. And does it matter what time you get it in? No, it's just like a mental hurdle I want to get over for myself. One of the things I am going to do, and I'm going to try this on Wednesday. Today I started washing, and I got to leave right after this live. But one of the things I wanted to start doing was I have a vibration plate. And I remember telling another content creator, put this under your desk and have it go. So I'm going to see if it's loud where you can hear it on Wednesday. So I'm not going to tell you it's on Wednesday. I want you guys to see if you can hear it right on Wednesday, on my Wednesday's live. And I was going to do it for today, have my vibration plate going like while I'm sitting here. But I just was, you guys see, I was, went to the bathroom a little bit late. I was washing. And so I didn't get a chance to do it. So that's what I'm going to try to set up for myself. But just to keep that strength training going, that's a thing. But, I do want to add the cardio at like a more like just in the morning before I get going, so when you get it in, it's when you get it in. If you got it in at midnight, you got it in. So I do realize that this is just like a goal I set for myself. So I want to show you guys my non-scale victory. My other one is wearing yet another blazer that I couldn't fit. So I'm going to stand up and show you my little blazer. Wait. Here we go. Look at this blazer. Blazer fresh. No, I can. Okay. Oh, so I got to put it in there. So I want you guys, I'm so busty. Jeez Louise. But I want you guys to see these curves coming in. I'm trying to get these curves in. And so I'm going to button this up a little bit. It's one of these stretchy jackets. Oh, look at that belly, but that's okay. That is okay. I love a good arm that falls out, Okay, so here is the back. Can you guys see the back? The back. All right. I could not fit this. And this is a cute jacket, by the way. Jeez Louise, I love it. So I could not fit this jacket. I cannot get it to do anything before. So I am just so, and when I looked at it, this is why I say I kind of have that mentalness with the weight loss that hasn't, my mind hasn't caught up with my body. Because when I looked at this, I thought, there's no way I'm getting in this blazer. There's no way. And I'm in it, as you can see. I'm sitting in it comfortably. And I mean, I could button it if I just really wanted to. These boobies are no joke. So I'm excited about that. I got so many clothes. I can shop in my own closet until I'm like a size 12. Because right now I'm like a 16. I could probably squeeze my buns into a 14 if I just really wanted to squeeze into it. and that's from strength training because I still weigh in the 220s, so that strength training is what brings those inches and bring it in. And, I just love that I'm getting like that, how you call that, the you coming in. Like, that's what I really want to do. I'm going in, and I'm gonna go hard. I love to sing, and I'm not a singer. I don't even think I'm a singer, but I'm gonna sing my songs. Okay, now I clicked on this chat. Normally I see like 10 comments, 15. It's 57 comments, and I didn't since I've been talking. Jeez Louise. So what are you ladies saying? Somebody said go curves. I know I'm getting those curves. Jeez Louise. I'm excited about that. All right, so let me go in this chat. I got about a good 20 minutes. I'm gonna make this chat happen. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Okay, Miss Toy the review. My girl is up in here. Miss Toy, something that I didn't tell you is I have family that lives in Detroit, and I was supposed to be going to visit them. It just did not work out. That's one of the reasons why I didn't go on that downsize cruise, because I'm trying to get there. It never did. So we may be meeting up because I may be in Detroit. I was supposed to be going to Texas to visit one of my BFFs, and I don't think that's going to happen. So if I don't go to Texas, I'm going to go to Detroit. That's a stop I got to make. And so I'm going to be hitting you up. But what are you saying? You're doing a squat challenge for the last 10 days of September. Okay, I need to do a squat challenge too. But I do some squats though. My buns is it's staying. It's not leaving. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what do you got? It's so many comments up in this chat. Jeez Louise. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get through everybody. Okay, I saw Sharon, my girl Sharon said she's down 15 pounds. We congratulated her. V is checking in. Hello, V. You guys, this is so funny. It's like a little family here. Okay, Joe is saying hello. Loving the denim jacket. Thank you. I love it too. Sin is here. How are you, lovely lady? I saw that comment too. I think I saw my girl Harjareen come in here. Yes, agreed. Joe, Didi is looking good, being very on trend. Yes. Now that's one thing. Even as a plus size lady, I think my clothes. Now I'm plain Jane though. I think I'm plain Jane, but I do think I have some good taste in clothes. People always say like, we look at you to what to wear for bigger girls. So are they going to be looking at me for what to wear for slimmer girls? That's what I want to know. So we'll see. I have to keep that going. Okay. She says, "Oh, I'm ready for this too. Didi makes my day." Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Let's see. Okay. These comments are on and popping. They're talking about hatching some chickens. I mean, hatching some eggs next spring. Okay, have to give new names. So, do you have little chickens too? Jeez Louise. Tangi, how are you? She says, happy Sunday. I want to put up everybody who came in. She says, I'm really here to approve held comments. Mel and Nicole laid a hammer down. Yes. I'm so far behind because that was such a long time ago. Definitely we have to go back and watch the replay because I would be a task managing that large, the large chat. Yes. I can imagine. Let's see. Okay, I'm scrolling down. Oh, she says, okay, it doesn't matter. I didn't say it, so it doesn't matter. You're good. She says, so many beautiful ladies here. I know. Harjareen, she's loving those earrings. They say, Harjareen, you make earrings over on your channel. I mean, so people can order and everything. Let me put Harjareen up there. And then that's Toy coming in saying, hello to everybody. Oh, Shay, how are you? My name twin. She says, happy Sunday. Let's see. I did want to say, I don't know how many of you were in last night's live. We got Grace coming in hot, Grace. We got Simply Tommy's Bite Life. I said, Bites Life. I said hello to her. We got Michelle's Mirror coming in. She said hello, Dee Dee, in the chat. Let's see, so many comments. I'm scrolling down. I see you guys are saying happy. Who has a birthday? Nora has a birthday. Okay, we got to give you the Dee Dee birthday treatment. Wait, let me find her name. Okay, wait, where is she at? Okay, she says she clung on to 52. So you're 53 like me. Oh my God. How about that? 53 like me. She's 53 like me. Okay, we gotta say happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, Nora. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, Nora. Happy birthday. Oh, that is so cool. I love a good birthday. Did you do anything special? You know, some people aren't celebratory of their birthdays, but I think you got to celebrate. You know, you just never know what's going on nowadays. Thank you. Remember to like and subscribe. You know, it's funny. As soon as I said my weight loss, we got people logged off, and there's like 5 more people logged back in. Baby Dee Dee is in the house. Yeah, she loves to sing. She is so into my songs, and she said, because I'll make up a song about anything. And she said, but that Downsizing Diva song is my favorite. I said, okay, little lady. I'm sure that's because she did a whole video with me. So funny, so funny. All right, who else do we have in here? The child of the 80s. Hello, look at that cute pig. You got the leg poked out. I love it. The two of you are so adorable. Thank you. We have fun. We have fun. My little hummingbird. Yes. I love that name for her. That is her. She's around here singing. Baby Dee Dee is a star. That song is everything. Yes. So she's gonna know about menopause, postmenopause, all kind of menopause. And then Joe, she had the nerve to say today, I was singing that song, playing the video and showing her, listening to the song, and she started saying, Mel, you're gonna think this is hilarious. She started saying, the men all pause when I walk into the room. The men all pause. Remember, Mel, our intro? She started singing it. I thought that was too cute. Too cute. Thank you, Kay. How about that? This little lady. Congratulations, Dee Dee. Would you say it felt like a pretty easy journey? Are you talking about my menopause? Mm, yeah, because I haven't rushed to get on medication. So I think if I haven't rushed to get on medication, it hasn't been unbearable. So I haven't felt like I was white knuckling it, honestly. To be honest with you, no, I thought it would be a lot worse. Like I thought I would just be like running out of my clothes and, jumping in a cold bath and things like that. Because from what I'm hearing, but that just goes to show you, just like our weight loss is different, our menopause journeys are different. And I told you guys, I have always been juicy where it counts. And if I find out I'm not juicy where it counts, I'm gonna be doing sprints to get to the nearest lab and get to the nearest HRT, BRT, TRJ, QRK. I'm gonna be getting anything I can so I can remain juicy. What's that song? Juicy Fruit. I crack my own self up sometimes. Jeez, Louise. So I hope that's you meant my menopause journey. You're so reflective, just like a teacher. Jeez, Louise. I love that. I love it too. I had to call out so much due to cycle pain in the past, so I'm happy about no periods. Yeah, if that's the one good thing you get out of it, that is the one thing you get out of it. I love that. Let's see. So, so I don't remember at the end, if you're a content creator, drop your mic in the chat at the end and I'll put you up here. We're going to send people to your channels. I appreciate you stopping in. I know when you're a content creator, you are busy. Isn't it hard making these videos and keeping the things going? Jeez, Louise. Doctors act like they don't work for us. Yes. I agree. I just, I'm just kind of still in awe about this lady. I always get private labs. A lot of doctors have lost their mind. or simply aren't trained for specific things. Yes, you are so correct. I probably will end up having to do that. Question, Dee Dee, do they accept FSA cards for lab tests or is it cash only? Now, the one I read to you from the lovely one, she said it was cash only, but the ones I've gone to before, I can't remember. I think it was cash only. I do. I think it was cash only, but they probably have some that would take some sort of insurance. I don't know. That's a great question. I said I was going to call my insurance company tomorrow or Tuesday, and that's one of the questions I could put on my list. I'm going to write that down. Thank you for asking that. I'm not asking my insurance company, but I'm going to ask like a lab. I'm going to call a lab just to know FSA cards. Okay. I don't even know. Is that flexible spending accounts? I think that's what that is. Let's see. Yes, you do need a PAP. Yes, yes, yes. No, my doctor said because I had one, I had one here in the last couple of years. She told me every 5 years, but that's why it's always great to get a second opinion. And I also think if I want one, just to make sure, I have a cause for it. I don't have I'm just saying out of the blue. Like I woke up one day, oh my gosh, I think a Pap smear would be great. What woman is really doing that? I mean, come on now. Jeez, Louise. But thank you, Sharon. I'm on it. Davina, the one of many blessings of being a type 1 diabetic. I see my endocrinologist every 6 months and my primary every 3 to 6 months, depending on my labs. They give me all the labs and screening. Well, that is excellent. We're going to give them some confetti for treating you the way you should be treated. We love that, JC. Very good. Okay, so is there a website you recommend for all the things Minnow and HRT? Well, you should check out. I have some freebies too, Nia, in my stand store. You could check out that I got, but I should need to link that in my live last night, and then I'll link it in the description of this video. So yeah, and I don't know if you have a link you could put in the chat for her right now, because I know Mel is on it too. That would be cool. But yeah, I'll put that in the description. But go to my stand store. I'm going to put my stand store up here because honestly, I have some freebies in there. I have a script where if you're having trouble with your doctor or you think that, sometimes they can be intimidating. Sometimes, you just get caught up in the conversation. You don't know what to say. I have it written out in a couple of different versions of a script, depending on what you want to ask. And then I also have in my stand store, I'm going to put this in the chat. But I also have in my stand store the list of hormone, like a full hormone panel, everything you would need to ask for that full hormone panel. And I am working on some other things to put in there too, because I just think, now that I'm in it and through it, and you still, it's something you're going to deal with for a while. I just, I want to be informed and I want other people to be informed. So great question. Thank you for asking that. I'm going to post this in the chat. And I have freebies in there. Like there's some things that you can tell if it was a lot of work put into it, it has a little bit of a charge to it. But some of the stuff is just basic stuff you need to know, and it's free to download, and you could just download that and take it to your doctor. So I think that's helpful. People have been, and I need to give a shout out too, because people have really been going to that stand store and downloading the freebies. I appreciate that because really, it's to help you, on your journey. It's freebies about, taking care of your hair. It's so your hair doesn't fall out. It's freebies about a male who has andropause. That we talked about that. There are a couple of menopause freebies in there. There is a freebie about I think slow and steady weight loss. Yes, it's just freebies in there. So I would go and I would check out that stand store, Downsizing Diva. Isn't that so funny to say I have a stand store? I think it's so cool. Let's see. If you're interested in joining the stock club, I should have brought that link. Maybe I'll get that link. If you're interested in joining our stock club, we have about eight ladies strong that are interested in, growing our money. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to put something on my community post. If people are interested, somebody told me like, oh, I tried to go there and the class was over. I have another class scheduled on October. I believe it's the 13th, the 2nd October of the month. So if you're interested in learning anything about stocks, you should do it. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, this is a perfect time of year to be trying to grow your money into next year. So when we have the fabulous Diva meetup, you guys are going to be on point with some extra money. So that is the goal. And really the goal is to just build a profitable portfolio over time. So I'm going to put this class link up here because, maybe you're interested, maybe you're not, but just in case, we're going to stick this in the chat. And somebody just went on there that quick and downloaded. Oh my goodness. They downloaded the free advocacy script, what you should take to your doctor when you're advocating for a free hormone test. And I will tell you, before you leave out, because it's, I left out thinking I was getting all this stuff. Before you leave out of that office, I want you to ask that doctor, what did they put in, and even ask what the codes are. Because if you know what the codes are they put in, you could check with your insurance company ahead of time and see what codes, because they might say, well, I put in code, blah, 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 blah. So in that script, it's going to tell you how to maneuver that. And so now I know to do that, because I just didn't do that before. I didn't even think about it. Now, this is the class. If you just say, I don't need a class, I just want to join I just want to join the stock group, you could do that too, because some of these resources I'm going to have in the stock club eventually. We're just starting out. We're small but mighty. And, we just have a common interest of learning about money, learning about how money grows, and making our money work for us. So, and then we have Toy. Anybody want to be in the next class? Our next class, we have a person already in there. We have Miss Toy, the review. She has signed up. So far we have her. So I'm just going to, try to advertise it and get a couple more people in there with her. But yeah, and she's a teacher, so she is trying to, she wants to do some extra stuff with her little money, and I don't blame her. All right, so let me see. I just went down way too far. I'm so sorry. Jeez Louise. These go on forever and ever. Oh, thank you, Nia. She said, I enjoyed the live last night. It was very informative. Yes, it was. I thought it was very good. Let me see. What else are we saying? Okay, I'm trying to get to the questions too. Okay, I saw a JC's. Let's see. I'm sure Mel probably put something in there. So you also enjoyed that replay from last night. It was great. Thank you. Thank you for watching too. Okay, then my predictions start rolling in. Let's see. Okay, so here Mel put up the Menopause Society homepage. So I'm going to put that in my description of this video, and then my other two videos that I did on menopause, I'll put them in there. So thanks, Mel, for that. So what is Gina saying? Gina says, I don't want you to be in trouble. I just love your energy. And I'm also postmenopausal, talking Mounjaro and HRT. Yeah. Oh, you're taking Mounjaro and HRT. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I got to chat with these people that are in this menopause, postmenopausal situation. I just like-minded people that I can relate to. When Downsizing Diva interviewed me, I only had a few subs. She gave me her blessing and shared her community with me. I adore you, DD. Thank you. Yeah, I'll never forget how you emailed me and said, I told her, it's her too. It's her personality, because that doesn't always happen. But yeah, when we interview, geez, Louise, she emailed me and said, oh my gosh, I got all these subscribers. Thank you so much. And just was very appreciative. And now you are doing it. Now you're in hot demand. Everybody wants to talk to Miss Jo. I love it. And Joe, I heard you said I was your mentor. That is so sweet. I still feel like I'm a newbie myself on YouTube. I've been barely on here a good year. And, this is around the time I started showing my face. So, because remember, I was on there at the end of June to about August and didn't show my face. I was just audio. And so this is probably a year that I went live on YouTube, that I started showing my face. So I still feel like a newbie myself, but I will take that. I'm one of those newbies that I just took off at the gate. When I want to do something, I just do it. I go for it. I love that about myself. I hope I don't ever lose that. And I hope I'm giving that to my daughter as well. So yeah, Gina, we'll talk. Thank you for understanding, though. Thank you for understanding. I'm getting here late, but just in time to say I think you like no, Cookie. Cookie, I love those dimples. When I don't see those dimples in the chat, I'm like, where is my girl? Oh, so Debbie, you are home. Okay. So I got to come check out your channel more because I know you probably have put everything about that. Water. Yes. Bam. Hmm. I don't know if you told me to do that, but I said, every time I see somebody talk about water in the chat, I am just going to drink. drink. Okay, I'm a one-man show, little lady. You got to go and chill out. Oh, she cracks me up. She cracks me up. You said I'm a bathroom trip away from being less. Yes. Oh my God. It's just so funny. I'm like, okay, I'm just not going to let it get me down. I'm going to come back strong next week. It's probably those jeans. No, because I weigh in. I can't blame it on that. I think if that's what you're talking about, the weight, I weigh in totally in my birthday suit. So it's not that. It's not the clothes of it all. Perhaps sleep and not eating enough. No, I'm eating enough. I think I am. I'm tracking my low calories, and I've been going back and subtracting too. Weigh yourself tomorrow. I bet it's water from the emotion you experienced this week. Probably could be. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. Maybe I'll save it for the next week. Because what time is it? It's 3:04. I'll save it. This is a longer story. I forgot to say something that's really important that happened to me this week. It was a good thing though. It was a good thing. Oh my goodness. I'll share it next week though. Okay. Thank you. You guys are saying congratulations. I appreciate you guys. 55 here and 55 is the new 35. I love how you reverse those numbers almost. I want to reverse them because I'm 53. I can go 35. But when I have a nice young little 35 year old that hits on me, like, yeah, I still got it a little bit. That's a little bit. She didn't think I could be gentle. Mel to the B. Mel, you are no nonsense, honey. That's why. That is why. You are no nonsense. Okay, but yeah, you are gentle, Mel. I don't want to give you that stereotype. That's so funny. That's hard because if you fall asleep late, then getting up early. Yes, I know. So yeah, I've kind of had to pick and choose. But the weekends, I slept in. So like I was up late last night. I wanted to get that video out. You guys have to watch that video. Watch it to the end and check out my song. I think it's so cute. I just got inspired and made up a quick little song at the end. And yeah, so watch the video. I talk about like what does that being postmenopausal mean? Because when I think about it, I got things working against me on this journey. The GLP-1, it's like I feel like it's like a Superman for me. It's like coming in with the cape to save me because I'm type 2 diabetic. I'm older. I'm 53 trying to lose weight. I'm postmenopausal. So I got my hormones working against me. I'm a mom that, bloomed late. I got an 8-year-old, so people are tired at 50. Well, I'm tired with an 8-year-old who's busy. I got a full-time job. I'm on YouTube 3 times a week live. And I'm not just on here like today. Today is kind of easy, even though I prepare that little slide. Sometimes I have like pictures to show, but, and I do jot down what I want to say. So I'm not a wing it person, but I can wing it. But I like to be organized. So on those Wednesday lives, you guys see I'm prepared for those. I research stuff. Somebody said that's not true. I could hit you with the research. Yes, it is, because I got it from this source and that source. So I wanted that Wednesday to be like a wellness Wednesday. Friday, I'm researching stuff for that. I'm having facts when I come on there on Friday. So I got to prepare for that. So this is the only live that's like I don't really prepare for it necessarily with like research type of things. And so it's work. It is work. And then I'm trying to produce videos in between that. If I get one in, that's great. But I like to get 2 sometimes. And then if I don't, I like to try to, in my community post, go to my community post. I'm trying to keep you motivated on that. The theme of the community post this week is going to be body positivity, because that's one of the things I'm struggling with myself. And not being positive about my body, because I am positive, but just embracing like the new the newness of it all, like in my size and my clothes, and just like loving ourselves. So I just really want to focus on that. And so, in loving yourself at any size, because even though I think I look better now, I mean, I'm being honest with myself. I do think I look better now than I did when my face was so chunky and my body was chunkier that you couldn't see my features. So now I'm starting to slim down when I'm not bloated. And when I'm not going through the bloated phase, I'm starting to slim down and I can really see myself. And so I love that. I really love that. So I just want to embrace that. But my posts, I'm putting effort into those posts. You see my posts, they're just not like I typed a few words up there. So I see, and I'm not trying to be extra or different. That's just how I operate. That's just me. That's just, I just like how I like to do things. So I'm pretty thorough. And when you're pretty thorough, it's just time, energy, and effort. Then on top of all of that, I'm having the stock club now, and those ladies told me, calm down, Diva, because I was putting stuff on that every single day, like just to get them thinking. And I said, well, I'm already playing for this week. So after this week, then I'll just do a little something, because, you kind of have to tell me to bring down the pace, because I'll pick the pace up. And I've always been like that. That's just how I operate. If I'm on go, I'm on go. And that's why I say the weight loss has been kind of like something that I think I've held on to, because it's the one area where people don't have high expectations of me. And so I think I kind of bought into that, right? Like, and thought, okay, I could be lazy here. I don't have to do much. I could just, do whatever I want and not hold myself accountable, because it was just expected. So now that I'm losing weight, I don't want to ever feel pressure, though, to come here and think like, oh my God, I lost a point. I lost, I gained a pound. I can't come on here and say it. If I feel like that, I won't do it, because that's not the purpose of this for me. So when people come in here last night, I got to address this before I go, because last night I felt really bad. The lady on there, if you're out there watching, hopefully she's in the bushes watching. But if you're out there watching, when somebody comes on here and says, I only lost this, or I lost, 10 pounds and, in 4 weeks, and I wanted to lose more. To us in the chat, we embrace whatever you lose. Like, honestly, I think 4 pounds, and I forget whatever her weight was, but when we did the average, that she had lost, it was awesome. Even if we didn't try to calculate the average. Now, I hadn't seen her comment and how she felt from people in the chat, but it just was awesome when she said that weight loss. She's not a slow responder. Most people in here, if you're losing super slow, you're not a slow responder. You're slow in your mind compared to that person who has doubled your weight, but you're not really a slow responder. I did a whole video on it. Go back and watch it. Hopefully, this time next year, a lot of more people would have watched it, because people need to hear that. A slow responder is somebody who in months and months and months have, 3, 4, 6 months has not lost even a pound, maybe 5 pounds. That's a slow responder. Go to Eli Lilly's website. They tell you what they consider a slow responder. Research it, because it is not somebody who has lost slow and steady. Slow and steady to me is different. Slow and steady is like what I'm doing. I lose, on average, I'm under a pound a week, because I've been taking this medication for 83 weeks. Now, some people would say 77 pounds, that's great. You're not a slow responder. Well, for me, I am, because I'm the one who's going these weeks, like to this week, and thinking I've done all the things. It reminds me of the Weight Watchers. It's just going to be that, though, right? Some days you're just not going to lose. Your body is going to, and weeks, your body's going to hold on to it. And that's just what it is. So if you have lost 5 pounds in 3 months, I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't give up, because research shows that those people, eventually they start to pick up their weight loss, but you have to stay the course. And you also may need a higher dose, of a therapeutic dose for your body. So what may be a therapeutic dose for Diva is not a therapeutic dose for, let's say, Taisha. It's just not. It's going to be different, right? So for me, my therapeutic dose, I think one of the good doses for me was that 2.5, because my body was getting used to it. And then 10 was really good for me. I stayed on it so long, though, because I just liked the way I felt on it and everything, until my body gets so used to it. But for somebody like Taisha, 5 is hers, right? 5 it was hers. I feel like 5 was yours. I don't want to speak for you, but you've been on that for so long. And I think that took you into, where you needed to be. So I say all that to say, anybody is welcome here in the chat, but if you come in this chat saying, oh, I only lost 2 pounds, or I only lost this, or you're down on yourself, people are going to tell you really quick, that's great. You did a good job. So if you in here and you don't want to hear how great you are, let us know up front. Because I don't care if you lost 2 pounds, you're on the journey. You're taking the medication. That is a win. That is a win, whether you see it now or not. And that's when I say embrace those other things going on with you. Like if you can, now buckle up, on the airplane. What if you could always buckle up? There are other things. What if you're not having pains and aches when you're walking? What if now you can walk instead of 10 minutes, you can walk 20 minutes? All those things are non-skill victories that you have. And that's all people were trying to do, is make you feel good about where you're at. And I always say, start where you are with what you know how to do. And when you know better, you do better. So as far as this chat goes, we just don't know what trauma people come with. That's all. I always say that. We don't know if somebody has been beating up a person because they lost 15 pounds in a month. Maybe somebody thinks that that's not good because that's all they've heard, or that's what they think. So I think that we just have to, when somebody says I lost this amount of weight and they don't think it's good, this is a teacher's rule of thumb. And I think society could use this. And I don't think you have to, because I think is everything. But I always try to lead with a compliment, right? Even if it's somebody who I just irritates me to no end. And if people who talk to me outside of this YouTube, few people who do, even the people who I lead with a compliment, because I just find good in everybody, and I've learned to do that in my teaching, to find good in everybody. And I think everybody has redeeming qualities for the most part. Now, does that mean I want to hang around and socialize with everybody? No, but I do see the good in people, and I just want to hopefully I keep that, and I want to teach my daughter that. So I just think our intentions in this chat is always great. This is why I say people come with hidden traumas that we don't know, and unless you tell us, we're not going to know how to handle you. And that's why I like for people to know and know where they stand with me. And I want people to know how to handle me, because if you know how to handle me, then you're not going to make some of the mistakes that we may make when we're just getting to know each other. So give people grace. Everybody should be giving each other grace. We don't really know each other enough to know what's going to, push your button or not, unless you tell us. So this is a safe space. This is a safe space. It's always been a safe space, and it will always be a safe space. So to the lady out there, I could tell you, everybody in the chat felt so bad that because they were trying to tell you how, your weight loss was great, that you kind of took it in a different way. And I'm sure it's because of something you experienced before this. So come back to the chat. Come back to the chat, because we want to see you here. Come back to the chat. So I just had to say that, because I just think we just got to stay positive. It's so many people tearing us down, with these GLP-1s. Like, we should not be doing that to each other. We should not be doing that to each other. Okay, I got to try that vibration plate. So if that happens here, it's just because the intentions kind of, the person took it the wrong way, but the intentions were great. So I just want to say, this is the best chat. You and the vibe of all the lives are so different. I'm still trying to figure out how that is. Sometimes it's the same people, but it's the vibe is different, right? So the Sunday vibes are different than the Wednesday vibes, and the Friday vibes are on a whole nother level. And I just appreciate all of you who come and share. And some people have shared some really traumatic things in these chats, and I don't think anybody has done anything but support them and make them feel like you are not alone, because when you have a story, I guarantee you somebody else can relate to that. Lovely. Hello. I was just sharing all the information you shared on that video. I appreciate that. WB came in the chat. Okay, so Miss B, my girl, Miss B, how are you? She says getting ready to go to a live football game only because it's in the suite. And that is so me. I would love to be in the suite. And, I used to love to be in the suite to eat the food. But now I just want to be in there just to kick back and relax. Miss Nikki, how are you? She says, hi, everyone. This is one of my shortest lives because I got to go take my daughter to gymnastics. What time is it? So I have like 2 minutes. Okay, so what are people saying? Geez, Louise. Okay, it's a lot of happy birthdays. Okay, look at the mics. We got Anchor Moments. Go check out her channel. We got Real Journal Talk with V. Check out her channel. We got JC Calamity Jane. Check her out. And especially if you like the chickens and you like just the whole earthiness of it all. I love that. And then Michelle's Mira. Check out her channel. And she got the mics on there. She says, thanks in advance for the support. You are so welcome. I just love to see the content creators doing their thing. We got Debbie's Weight Loss Revolution. Hello, hello. How are you? Thank you. Now, some people I know, and Debbie's a content creator too. Go over there and hear about her recent adventure in Hawaii. I just love that. Where is Joe? Did Joe sign out? Simply Taisha, we know she's a content creator. Okay. Oh, you're talking about the stock club. And then we got Joe, Slim Down Journey, Sleep and Slim Down Journey. Well, I always want to say Slim Down first, maybe because you're coming down so well. You are my mentor. I always think, what would Dee Dee do? Oh my God, that is so sweet. I love that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anchor Moments. I saw how quickly you recovered. That was almost me, but wasn't. They tried, but they couldn't do it. I don't know what you're talking about. She says, thank you for the cookie. What should I be praying for? I missed it. Oh my goodness. I'll have to go back and watch this chat, but I'm going to pray for you, even though I want to be specific though. I was late today because I wanted to sleep the day away because I'm on a clear liquid fast today. If I'm sleeping, I won't be thinking about food and not being able to eat. Now, why can't you eat though? I had hernia surgery April 1st of this year. Prayers. Oh, so that's what you're having. Jeez, Louise. That's what Pammy, I call her Pammy. Pammy, Mounjaro Pammy, she had that. You might want to connect with her on Instagram. She documented her journey. I'm so excited. Maybe actually your team. Oh, okay. I see. I'm not into the sports of it all. She says, Mel, what do you think about the DHEA, I think, as opposed to actual testosterone? I remember a site that was using that instead of testosterone. Okay. You've been playing the long game with team building and Roblox. Blaze. Catch last night was incredible. See, I don't know anything about this football. I can't imagine you being lazy, Dee Dee. You don't give lazy energy. No, I mean with my weight loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like not putting energy and effort into it. But it's because I really couldn't. Like, this is a mental disease and it affects your brain and all of that. So now I understand. But for years, I struggled with thinking like, geez, I could do so well at everything else. Why not this? And now I know why. So when they say the disease of obesity, I don't know how I feel about some of it, though. I'm going to be talking about that coming up here. But I do know for me, it's a real thing because I'm telling you, I can knock anything else out. But when it comes to the whole struggle with this, and I think it's because as a kid, like this is something that I grew up with. It just didn't start in my late years. This has started for me as a child. So I think that's probably what it is, Taisha, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. The link for the slow responder video. Oh, thank you, Taisha. She has the link in there. You're on it. You are on it. Let's see. I won't get to all these people. I'm so sorry. Hey, Mayor Mindy. Okay, she says, I've used DHEA clinical trials show slow improvement. She emphasized that slow. Okay, anything else I need to see? My moderators, is there something I'm missing I need to see before I got to get out of here? She says, I'm coming down so well because I've got my Kyle and the CPAP machine and you're getting sleep. I love that. Very good. I'm at the bottom. Love it. It's perfectly Pamela. Limitless living with Shanta. Most of the times when you come to my lives, you could come 2 hours late and I'm still on On Sundays, I got to get out of here because my daughter has gymnastics. So this has been great. Shout out to the beautiful Rita. Hopefully you're out there watching. If not, hopefully you'll be back. Go and check out that menopause panel. We talked about things beyond menopause, though. It was a great conversation. It kind of took a turn, and we talked about everything under the sun. So I got texts from people telling me how they just love that live. It was great. So go and watch and support that. And then check out my latest video where I'm talking about being postmenopausal. Stay toward the end so you can learn my song. It's just a little song. I didn't really get into it, but it's super cute. And it just has some important information in there about, how this menopause looks on a GLP-1 journey from a content creator like me who is slow and steady and challenged with this emotional eating. I hear people talking about emotional eating now. I've been talking about this emotional eating because I'm a true emotional eater, and it's not just sad and depressed and all of that. I think that's another stereotype that I'm the emotions of it all the emotions. And I don't know if it's a stereotype or if that's the real definition. I think it's a part of the definition. It focuses on that, but really it's all the emotional things. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys. Have a blessed week. Check out the community post. Have a great week. I will see you on Wednesday. Bye. Did I leave anything out? Okay. If I did, it's too bad. I'm sorry.